Hi FCST 1010 students, this is Dr. Wheeler. It's Sunday, July the 3rd, and tomorrow will be July the 4th. I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe holiday. I don't expect any of you to be working tomorrow, so make sure that you finish up everything tonight before midnight. Tonight before midnight, the 2 replies to Journal 5 are due and Challenge 5 is due. We are going to be starting on Module 6 this week, Week 5, Module 6. And before we get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that the GHC website has changed. It changed on July the 1st, and I really, really like it. It did take me a second to say, uh-oh, where's my instant D2L access? And how do I get the score? But there's a quick links at the top of the page, and if you click on quick links, it'll show everything you need up here. Here's your access for D2L, here's your access for score. So that was easy enough. Let's go back to our D2L homepage. Also a reminder about your journals, because I still tend to get emails from you guys that says, and it's not just one of you, so I'm not picking on anybody. It's several people. But just remember, if your score is not 45 for the journal, that means that you probably did not reply to 2 students. So make sure, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with it. If you have to write it down in a book who you replied to, a notebook, that's part of being a college student. Make sure that you reply to 2 students. And if there's any question and you say, oh, well, I just remember replying to her, it doesn't hurt if you reply to 3. So if you forget about the second one and you think you're worried that you're going to double up and reply to somebody else, you can reply to everybody in the class. You're only required to reply to 2 people. So make sure if you want to get your entire 45 points, you get 15 points for your initial thread, 15 more for the first reply, and 15 more for the second reply, for the grand total of 45 points. So if you leave out one of those, you get 30 points. If you leave out 2 of them, you get 15 points. So, and if you don't do it at all, you get a 0. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the LibGuide. And we'll head on over to Module 6. And last week, let me go back to Module 5. Last week we did the wellness and the stress management. I hope everybody realized, or that you kind of took inventory of what you may or not be doing right in your own quest for healthiness, and that includes eating out. This week is memory, studying, and test taking. And what I stress to my nephew, because he's 15 and he'll be 16 July the 21st, and of course he thinks he does all the right things. And he does a lot of the right things. But there are some things that he could do to improve his memory. There are some things that he can do to improve his test-taking strategies. There are lots he can do to improve his test-taking strategies. And when I'm in the classroom teaching FCST, and I'm teaching it face-to-face, and I'll ask you guys this in this week's journal. Think about the last time you took a test. How did you feel? What could you have done to improve? I want to tell you guys, 99.9% of the time, people say, I could have studied more. And that is, that's an understatement. If you don't study, don't expect to do really, really well. My oldest nephew that just graduated with honors, he doesn't have to study much. He has like a photographic memory or something. But it tears me out of the frame when I hear Reese say, oh, I could have probably been valedictorian if I had studied. And I'm thinking, why wouldn't you want to be? My goodness, why wouldn't you want to strive to do your best? If you thought you could be valedictorian and get a full scholarship to a college, why wouldn't you? And when you're already in college, if you want to maintain a 4.0, or if you want to keep your hope and keep your grades really high, why would you not study your hardest? Now, I admit I am not without fought, because I can remember being in high school and the night before SATs, we all went out. You know, we had a great time. We should have been studying for the SATs, and I bombed them the first time and had to take them again. One thing you need to remember, there's plenty of time for clean fun. There's plenty of time for clean fun. So save it for after you've taken the test and after you've made a really good grade on the test. Don't go out and stay out really late the night before, because remember what we just learned in the last module about getting a good night's sleep. If you do not get a good night's sleep, you're not going to perform at your best. You're not going to drive at your best. Your brain is not going to be functioning at its best, especially for a college student. The one thing that you guys have in your favor is that you're not away at school living in a dorm. You don't have that outside influence saying, oh, come on, let's go somewhere. You might anyway, from, you know, folks that you meet at Georgia Highlands, but you're less likely. Just keep in mind that it should be top priority. This day one, step two, it is so much fun to try this out. It says before you watch this video, number a sheet of paper from 1 to 13 and then play the video. Good luck. It'll give you directions. Lots of fun, lots of fun. Then step 3 is going to give you 3 ways to improve your memory. Write it down. Everything that you learn in this class, write it down. You will be able to use it from here on out. Step 4, caring for your brain. It's just like any other muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. My arms are kind of getting a little flabby underneath because I don't have as much time to work out as I used to. I used to be a swimmer, and now I don't. Your brain, if you don't work it out, you tend to use it, and you see lose it. You see what it says. Get enough sleep and exercise. Oxygen is food for the brain. Eating the proper foods. You notice when you drink like a lot of caffeine, it hypes you up and you can't think straight. Or if you eat a lot of grease, you might get a grease headache or you feel sluggish, and then you don't even feel like studying. Use your brain, condition it. Hey, watch Jeopardy. I love to watch Jeopardy. I may not know the answers, but it's fun to kind of use my brain. Be motivated to learn. Think positive. Don't say, oh gosh, I know I'm going to bomb this test. You're only going to bomb it because you don't know the material. If you know the material, you should go in confident. I'm going to do really good. And all I can emphasize, guys, is this. If you're a nursing student, if you're a criminal justice, a business major, I don't care what you are, find somebody that's like you, that's in the same degree program as you. Get together with them. Study together. If you're studying and taking notes, I remember when I was in nursing school, y'all know I was a nurse before I was an educator. We had a group of 5. We stuck together like glue through anatomy and physiology, all the way through clinicals. We started from the beginning and we didn't stop. For 3 years we were together. And we would sit and listen. And in nursing school, when you have a book that's 400 pages and you have to read chapters, you're going to miss something in your notes. When you're listening to a lecture, you're going to miss something in your notes. When you share your notes with each other, then you're getting what maybe 5 other people heard that you didn't. And it's so much easier to learn that way. Get with a group. If you sit with somebody that likes to goof off, you're going to goof off. You need to find somebody that's like you. Read this one on flashcards, The Secret of Memorization. Great article on flashcards. This week, your journal that is due before Wednesday the 6th. How do you feel when you take a test? Are there certain strategies that you use when you take a test? Are you nervous? Do you have to calm yourself down? And if you have to calm yourself down, how do you do it? Peppermint is the key. If you like hard peppermint, stick it in your mouth. It opens your brain up. Do relaxation exercises. Do not go into a test hungry. All you'll be thinking about is, I can't wait till this is over so I can eat. Girls, if you wear short shorts and a tank top and it's 30 degrees in your classroom, all you're going to be thinking about is I'm freezing. I can't wait to get out of here and get warm. Dress for the occasion. Even if it's summertime and you have on shorts, they're going to have the air on. Shoot, bring a jacket, bring a fleece pullover, bring a Patagonia, bring a blanket. You need to stay warm during the test so you can focus. These are all little strategies that you need to remember as a college student. Remember, your initial thread is due before Wednesday the 6th. Then you're going to start on day 2 on Thursday. Watch this little movie over test taking tips. It's a lot of what I just said. And then managing your test anxiety in college. If you have test anxiety, you need to make your professor aware of it. If you've got severe test anxiety, you could see someone in Student Support Services about receiving accommodations. My nephew gets to go to the Learning Center at Darlington to take his test, and he still doesn't do that great on them, even when he's by himself. He has severe test anxiety. And I'm not saying that it's a cop-out to say, oh, I don't do well on tests. If Harrison slowed down and studied more, he wouldn't have test anxiety. He just doesn't prepare. Click on the link below to find more test-taking tips. And it's an infographic. If you will left-click on it, it will increase the size of it so that you can read it better. Very good infographic. How to make more things memorable. This is a short little video, but so wise. Make sure you watch all of that. And guys, I know a lot of you aren't watching all the videos. I can see how many times that it's been viewed. So make sure that you are watching all of the videos in these challenges or in the LibGuide. They only last a couple of minutes. And if you were in class with me, we would be spending 2.5 hours a week together. So you're getting off pretty easy taking this online. Challenge 6, read the 2 articles below on stress reduction and test anxiety. As you read them, I want you to print or write down 3 strategies from the articles that you feel would be helpful to remember before you take your next test. Then you need to write 1 paragraph for each strategy. So if you're writing 3 strategies, it's going to be 3 paragraphs long. Label each paragraph 1, and you're going to write out your first strategy and write a paragraph about it. Then 2, the second paragraph, write out your strategy and why. 3, the third strategy and why. That means you'll have a total of 3 paragraphs and 3 strategies. And what you're going to tell me in that is, why did you choose that strategy? What made you choose that strategy? Is it because that you have trouble with it on your own? And then I want you to also tell me how you're going to use that strategy. So that'll be 3 paragraphs. You're going to submit that by next Sunday, and I think that will be, let's see, I think that will be the 10th, because today is the 3rd. Yeah, that'll be the 10th. So let me go back to our home page. I'll go to discussions, and this week is going to be discussion 6, preparing for tests. Make sure that you 1 thread by this Thursday the 6th, and then your 2 replies before Sunday the 10th. And then you're going to go to the Dropbox, and you're going to click on Challenge 6, and that is going to be due before next Sunday on the 10th as well. If you have any questions, please email me at kwheeler@highlands.edu. Y'all remember to have a safe and happy 4th. Do not work on the 4th. That's your day to relax, because I won't be working. I'm still not through grading your challenge 4 yet. I should be finished before, probably before tomorrow. But if you need anything, please let me know. Y'all take care and have a great 4th.